It means the world to me.
A few isolated snow showers with temperatures into the upper 20s and lower 30s, but much warmer temperatures for Friday. All those details next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Marquette Police Department calls off the official search efforts for still missing NMU student Trenton Massey. Plus, we'll have reaction from Governor Whitmer's final State of the State address, and Michigan State Police host a recruiting event at Manistee High School. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast. It was a very cold day. We had the teens for most of the day, but we did push to 21. That was our official high in Marquette. Just a tenth of an inch of snow. The average 28. We're slowly warming those averages up, and we'll get much closer to that normal high for tomorrow. Upper 20s, even some lower 30s, but stuck in the clouds with some isolated snow showers. Yes, it's a cold day for your Thursday, but this is setting the stage for a much warmer day on Friday, but then more changes for the weekend. Those details coming up in a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. After 4 days of searching for missing NMU student Trenton Massey, police say they are ending the official search. Our own John Truitt has the latest tonight.
The search for 21-year-old Trenton Massey in Marquette has been suspended by law enforcement after 3 days of extensive efforts across land, water, and ice.
We've been searching for the last 4 days here, and today we officially concluded our search efforts. We came up short. We were not able to locate Mr. Massey.
Police say Massey was last seen in person early Sunday morning at a bar in downtown Marquette. City camera footage shows him walking east along the multi-use path near the Marquette Hospital around 2:50 a.m. Then around 3:35 a.m., Massey was seen on a 19 News Skycam located atop One Marquette Place that captured Massey walking onto the ice from the Founders Landing North Pier before disappearing from view. That remains the last known image of him. WZMQ shared the footage with the Marquette Police Department, who were then able to focus their search on the Founders Landing shoreline, where a hole in the ice was soon found, and subsequent underwater search efforts were begun at that site. Search efforts resumed daily through Tuesday, focusing on Founders Landing, downtown Marquette, and nearby neighborhoods. Hundreds of volunteers came forward to scour the land using poles to probe the deep snow, searching for Trenton.
And I can't thank them enough for that. We really couldn't have covered the area that we did without those civilian volunteers, along with the professional help that I was able to get from other state and local agencies.
As of this afternoon, Massey has not been located. And though the search has been called off, police say the investigation remains ongoing. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Marquette police ask anyone who may have additional tips to contact them immediately. Governor Gretchen Whitmer delivered her 8th and final State of the State address tonight. From literacy and housing to healthcare and the economy, Whitmer urged lawmakers to finish strong in her final year. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer has used her final State of the State to look back on her record as governor and outline what she wants to accomplish before leaving office at the beginning of next year. She began with a call for bipartisan cooperation on the state budget.
I am eager to work with you all again on our last balanced bipartisan budget. And let's get it done on time. June 30th.
Whitmer then pointed to progress over the past 7 years.
Together, we're building a Michigan for all.
But much of the address focused on 3 key issues: literacy, housing, and healthcare. On education, the governor acknowledged Michigan's struggling reading scores.
Michigan is 44th in 4th grade reading. 44th. This is a serious problem. Our children deserve better.
She called for support of her Every Child Reads plan, including free full-day pre-K for all and extended tutoring.
Few things feel better than watching your child succeed. But few things hurt more than watching them struggle and not knowing how to help them.
Turning to housing, Whitmer described a market that has become increasingly out of reach for younger buyers, pointing out the cost impact tariffs have had on building materials.
It's hard out there. There's a multi-million home shortage nationwide, while the majority of houses that are for sale are totally unaffordable.
She highlighted her administration's efforts to increase supply and ways she'd like to build more housing by cutting regulations.
There's still too much red tape that gets in the way of shovels hitting dirt.
On healthcare, Whitmer took aim at rising costs and federal cuts.
It shouldn't be so hard, it shouldn't be so maddening, and it really shouldn't be so damn expensive.
She proposed additional protections against medical debt.
In Michigan, we believe that being sick or getting hurt shouldn't also mean going broke.
Whitmer also reflected on infrastructure investments made during her time in office.
Since I took office through the end of this construction season, we will have fixed 26,500 lane miles of road and almost 2,000 bridges, and supporting over 200,000 jobs.
She closed with a message of gratitude and optimism.
Because of you, the state of our state is strong. And because of you, I know it always will be. Big Gretch out.
With 10 months left in office, Whitmer says her focus is on advancing literacy, housing, and healthcare reforms before the end of her term. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
This morning, Manistee High School students learned what it takes to become a Michigan State Police trooper. Troopers from the Manistee Outpost put students through the MSP baseline fitness test, which includes push-ups, sit-ups, vertical jumps, and a half-mile run. While today's event did not begin the hiring process, it did give students a taste of what's expected of someone committing to protect and serve Michigan residents.
It is not as easy as it has been in years past to fill our ranks. Currently, the Manistee Outpost has 7 troopers, and the capacity for troopers at Manistee is 10. So we're trying to appeal to local youths and community members to identify people that might want to come back to Manistee to be a trooper.
After the fitness test, troopers gave students a presentation on all the other steps required to become a member of the Michigan State Police. Yesterday marked 4 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. The invasion has tested Ukrainians and their partners, pushing back on Russian President Vladimir Putin's quest to conquer Ukraine. Our own news team has covered the war in Ukraine and the refugee crisis in Poland, sharing stories of the war's devastation. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp asked congressional members on the House and Senate Armed Services Committees what it would take to finally end the war.
The president and his administration have to decide, is Vladimir Putin friend or foe? Is that someone we want to cozy up to? Is that someone we need to really bring down the hammer on to get a deal? And until now, the president has rolled out the red carpet in Alaska for him. They did all kinds of cozying up together, but it still hasn't produced the deal, even though the president said he was going to get it done. So if the carrot doesn't work, when do we get tough on Russia? And I think for me, until we do that, we're going to be in this limbo.
I think it's very tough to define an end state because Russia has shown, again, in the words of my Finnish colleagues when I was over there about a month ago, Russia has shown that it does not have the ability to change. Whether it's Putin or anybody else, the Russian culture is what it's going to be for the foreseeable future. So whether it's Ukraine today, Poland tomorrow, Lithuania, Latvia, Finland, pick your country, your Baltic country or bordering state. Unfortunately, Russia is unable to change. And I don't have an answer for that other than that NATO alliance and other countries show the Russians that we're not going to slow down.
There have been several meetings between Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. trying to find a solution to the war. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, a local business is marking 2 years of success in Ishpeming. That and more in just a couple minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture. Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
What's happening?
Living a dream.
So how's it going?
Just living the dream.
Imagine winning $1 million a year for life.
Yeah, living the dream.
Introducing the all-new Millionaire for Life game from the Michigan Lottery.
Live outside Marquette County? Recycle 906 is worth the drive. We accept cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. Bring it in. Keep the Upper Peninsula clean. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
Jeff Mancini here with an incredible offer from Mighty Bite. We're celebrating 15 years and the most lure patents in history. Mighty Bite looks, smells, sounds, feels, tastes, and swims like a wounded baitfish. With millions of pieces sold and fish being caught around the world, Mighty Bite's interchangeable adaptive features transforms the lure, creating irresistible erratic wounded action that ignites the predatory instinct to make fish strike. Only Mighty Bite has real-life fin action that fish can't resist. Increase performance with our replaceable weights, sound rattles, and super scent stick attractant. It's better, lasts longer, and never washes off like all those other lures. So it just works better in almost every fishing situation and for every type of fish. Catch more and bigger fish with Mighty Bites. Guaranteed more bites or your money back. Order now and get 4 free gifts, including the incredible UFO Glow Kit to get the bite at night. Call or click today.
MeTV presents Potter Poetry.
Oh, pony pucks, bull cookies, horse hockey, pigeon pellets, mule muffins, monkey muffins. That's what she said.
Watch Colonel Potter on MASH.
Hot diggity, hot saucy, hot mustard.
Weekdays and Sundays at 7 on MeTV 19.1. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We had those colder temperatures for today with some leftover snow throughout the evening and getting closer to tonight. And you may have noticed not just today, it's been a very cold winter, but sometimes your eyes water more in the winter, why it's almost like we're crying a little more. But what actually happens is the cold air dries out your eyes, and especially when we get those increased winds, that can happen. And those nerves are irritated by it, so in turn your brain then sends more tears to your eye to try to help with that dryness. The tears then spill over. So there's some things that you can do to prevent it when you're walking. Maybe try to shield some of the wind or blink rapidly, have some goggles, just something interesting. You may have never noticed it or never knew that there was an actual biological reason for it happening. So anyway, just a food for thought, something fun for a fun fact for the dinner table. But anyway, your first warning weather futurecast, some of that cold air sticking around and some snow showers, especially for your Thursday afternoon. This is a little burst of snow that will move through. It's disconnected. It's not a very clear widespread system, but is going to bring some isolated snow showers and a little bit of some accumulation. Again, I'm not really quite buying into this all too much for Friday, just because this is those warmer temperatures that we're expecting. That's why you see some mixing or some raindrops. I'll keep an eye on it. This may not even reach us. This may not even start to form until it passes us. I think the next best chance of snow is this Thursday potential, but Friday, again, I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not too impressed by it. Not even impressed by this either. This is a dusting, maybe a 1/4 inch of snow up to an inch, maybe pushing 1.5 inches. That's really just another day at this point as we try to get closer to spring. But we do get that taste of spring, that tease of it for Friday, where temperatures will be into the mid to upper 40s, may even push 50 for some of us. It's going to be really nice with the sun shining, but it's short-lived. The weekend there are some changes. That's a rapid temperature drop. I'm going to look into the data too to see the biggest temperature drop we've had this year, because this one might be it for the weekend. Now, there is some fun things though going up on in the sky. We have one thing happening on February 28th. It's called a planet parade, where we have these 6 planets all lining up. It's going to be really hard to see all of it with the naked eye. You might want to get some binoculars or a telescope to try to help you out, but the best time to see it is to find a clear view of the horizon 30 to 60 minutes after the sunset. That's something fun that we're looking forward to. And past that, there's lots of fun things for March 3rd. We have this full moon. It's the worm moon. This is actually, though, a full lunar eclipse, so it is going to have that reddish tint to it, and that's going to be able to be viewable at night. I'll have more information on that for tomorrow, but just something to put on your radar. That's for Tuesday. Here's that roller coaster. We're up for the temperatures, 40s on your Friday, down to the teens for the weekend, and then we do rebound pretty quickly, though, back to the 30s, much more seasonal and calm conditions to start off this week ahead.
Kelly, thank you again. An Ishpeming business is celebrating its 2-year anniversary today. Finders Keep Depot opened in 2024 and has since gathered a large following in the area. The consignment store takes in pieces from local crafters and collectors with the ability to widely distribute its items through eBay. The store's owner says being a hub for these sellers while staying local brings a special uniqueness to her business while also helping others grow as well.
I'm just glad to still be here and to be growing, and I just hope that people do shop more small businesses because you're going to find something unique there. You're going to find someone that knows more about the area. If they can't find something here in my store, I'm always sending them to another small business around here.
Finders Keep Depot is located just off of US 41 in the Country Village area. The store will also be holding an eBay selling class next Wednesday at 5 p.m. in its community room. To celebrate the country's 250th anniversary, the Marquette Regional History Center is sharing a large collection to recognize the monumental year. WZMQ's Andrew Hands has more.
We're rightly proud of our history.
250 artifacts ranging from clothing to flags to artwork and innovations are now being displayed in the Marquette Regional History Center's special exhibit gallery. Curator Joe Whitler has handpicked and pieced together their involvements around the Upper Peninsula.
I was going through a lot of records to see what are some of the good stories and interesting objects. So I start with the colonial history. Behind me are some tools that would have related to colonial history. We get into the Revolutionary War and the early founding of the country, other parts, the founding of Marquette, the state of Michigan, and then I kind of end when talking about the protest era and the counterculture of the 60s and 70s.
With a mixture of local and national history, some of the pieces have been unseen to the public for over 100 years.
So I really wanted to be able to showcase some of those things because usually they're not on display. For instance, we have this large flag that came from Harvey from the 1860s. And as far as I know, it was donated in 1923, and since then it's never been on display. So it's a great opportunity to kind of tease out the stories behind them.
Whitler says her goal of putting the exhibit together is to share just how much the Upper Peninsula has played a formidable role in the Midwest and its activity over the quarter millennium.
Part of what I was trying to do in this exhibit is to show that all the things going on in the country are reflected here as well. Iron ore went to support the Civil War, World War II, really so many things, the immigrant story, that's our story too. So just tying those, making those connections.
This display was unveiled today for the museum's annual meeting and history awards and will be open through January of 2027. Reporting in Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
A Manistee Art Center is helping people beat the winter blues through creativity. Lake Effect Community Arts hosts Winter Wednesdays every week from 11 to 1. Creators of all kinds are invited to bring their individual projects for a drop-in crafting session. Those without something to work on are still encouraged to attend and can help solve a community puzzle. It's an opportunity to connect with other artists, enjoy some light snacks, and get inspired in a warm, accepting environment.
Our biggest goal is to promote, enrich, and encourage cultural activities in Manistee, but we are a bit more practical. We craft, we knit. It helps bring in people who may not have thought that what they do is art and let them realize if you feel strongly, if you put your heart and soul into it, then that's art.
Lake Effect also offers an early childhood arts exploration program called Please Touch. Every second and fourth Thursday, toddlers can paint, craft, and play freely. Also on the second and fourth Thursdays of the month, the center holds open mic nights from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The event allows writers and performers to share their work with new audiences.
It's that art of seeing different people and how they create in their own way. Maybe they are a songwriter or a poet or they just like to strum on a guitar. That's how they express themselves, and it's beautiful.
For a full list of classes and events at Lake Effect Community Arts Center, visit WZMQ19.com. Mike Ludlam has your look at sports when we come back. Plus, well, we are in the midst of districts for boys basketball. We'll have the highlights from Traverse City Central versus Marquette after this.
Buckle's Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Negaunee. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
This is an all-new Kelly.
From Sinners, Oscar nominee Wunmi Masaku. From Scream, Mason Gooding.
This is beautiful!
You know, it's a challenge to find flowers as beautiful as you are.
Good answer.
Plus Mr. Beast.
Where did the name Mr. Beast come from?
I mean, you can call me Jimmy if you want, or Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast if you're nasty.
And Monday, we kick off a week full of pink.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
Corporal O'Reilly goes by many names.
Big Daddy O'Reilly. I'm Walter O'Radar. No, I'm Walter O'Reilly.
But to us, he'll always be...
Radar! Radar! Radar!
That's me.
MASH, weekdays and Sundays at 7.
Good evening, everyone. It's district semifinal action in the boys high school basketball tournament. In Division 1, Marquette is the top seed and welcomed Traverse City Central to the Barb Krill Gymnasium. Picking up in the first quarter off the Sentinels miss, Hudson McLean with the rebound, fast break. McLean stops near the free throw line and sinks the jumper. Trojans up 14-13. Moments later, Brody Clements will get the ball. He will drive toward the basket, a slight step back, and he hits the shot. Marquette now leads 15-14. TCC up 16-15 after one to the second. Ford Richardson down the lane, the path for two, but TC Central responds quickly. Cassius Feeney with the layup. It's 2017 Trojans. For the red and white, Clements to Pavel McCutcheon. He had several key baskets in the second quarter. Marquette rallied in the second half to excuse Traverse City Central 66-56. The Sentinels will host Traverse City West on Friday. The Titans defeated Petoskey 69-56. How about Division 2 in Negaunee? Gladstone the first 9 points. Negaunee then with the next 5. First quarter still, Will Ingram, Lonnie Davey drives. Floater over Ethan Gauthier to make it 11-5. For the Maize and Blue, Ethan Gauthier. Wyatt Nelson, no, but nobody boxed out Tristan Slater. There's an easy bucket, 11-7 Braves still leading. To the second quarter now, where Waylon Harvilla will get the ball over to Wyatt Nelson. And he's going to knock down a jumper from about the elbow. Negaunee still trailing 17-12. For the purple and white, Tegan Reynolds, Owen Giroux. Ball's deflected to Alex Prince in the corner for three. Braves up 20-12. Well, this is wild and crazy. It went into overtime. Gladstone held on for a 58-55 win. Davey had about 26 points for the Braves. And Gladstone will travel to Kingsford Friday night. The Flivers dispatched Houghton 59-25. So it's Kingsford and Gladstone Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central Time. In Division 3, top-seeded Westwood entertained Jeffers. Jets on the short end of a 41-23 score starting the third quarter. For the Patriots, Jacob Riddle, Keenan Balzerini, Louis Salmi to Westpac Player of the Year, Ethan Marta, drives and scores, Westwood up 20. Off the loose ball, Riddle gives it to Salmi, and boy, does he have an opening to the basket. Yeah, that's an easy two. Westwood opened the second half on a 12-0 run. Marta to Caden Balzerini, 53-23 Patriots. Jeffers did play reasonably well after that. Levi Kinnunen to Landon Larson. He cans the triple. Larson had 15 of the Jets' 23 points in the first half. Westwood cruises 79-54. Patriots will be home for the district final Friday against any interest, West Iron County Wycons. West Iron defeated Ironwood 45-37. The other half of this D3 business, it's Menominee over Ishpeming 82-50. Iron Mountain will visit Menominee Friday. Mountaineers took care of Bark River Harris 61-46. Division 4, here we go. Third round of the battle between Baraga counties, Baraga and Lance. Fourth quarter, Purple Hornets down one. Sawyer Hendrickson, no. Lance's Quinton Sapanich grabs the rebound, and he has clear sailing in front of him for the layup. Purple Hornets first lead, 37-36. Then inside for Baraga to Daniel Connor. Ferris State football recruit banks that one in. Baraga back on top, 38-37. Next Lance possession. Talon Larson inside the Sam Lee. Backs his defender down, rattles it in. 39-38 Purple Hornets. Back and forth they went. Now, less than 10 seconds remaining. Lance up 1 point. Baraga with the ball. Joseph Fish crosses midcourt. Daniel Connor was probably the first option. The pass goes to another senior. Easton full called. Yes! At the buzzer. Baraga wins 46-44. That sends Baraga into the district final Friday up north against the Dollar Bay Blue Bolts, because Dollar Bay blew out Lakeland and Hubble 71-28. Elsewhere in D4, Bessemer turned back Uintral Creek 42-17. Wakefield Marinesco over Ontonagon 52-42. Two winners play at Bessemer Friday. Elsewhere, Norway 57, Stevenson 35. Forest Park runs past North Central 80-38. This game Friday should be at Forest Park. It was North Dickinson downing Rapid River 67-39. North Dickinson will be the host of Munising. Mustangs took care of Superior Central 65-39. Out east, Rudyard 85, Maplewood Baptist 58. Brimley in overtime takes care of Newberry 75-70. It was Pickford cruising past Pellston 71-28. St. Ignace 4 points better than Cedarville Detour 52-46. Girls basketball, yes, a few of those games tonight. Hancock over Dollar A 55-35. Addie Bowerman, 36 points for Munising, over 1,000 for her career as a sophomore. Mustangs down at Manistee, 52-36. And it was Big Bay Denok edging Mackinac City, 50-48. High school hockey, Marquette defeated Escanaba twice during the regular season. Both scores were 5-2. Could Escanaba turn the tables tonight in a Division III regional final at Lakeview Arena? Well, there is only one way to find out, and we will take care of that right now. And 22 seconds in the game, Nick Martinson on a breakaway, but Parker Nevenhoven says no, and the Sentinels were doing pretty well after that. He had 20 saves, did Nevenhoven. Third period, Marquette up 2-0. Brody Sheldon will score on the backdoor play right there, and Marquette had a 3-0 lead. And Graham Johnson would get on the board for Escanaba, but that would be all the offense Escanaba could get. Marquette gets this one by the score of 3-1. Now in the other Division III regional final, Calumet taking on Houghton at the McGinnis Students Arena. Gremlin scored just 22 seconds in. Gunnar Gullstrand ahead of a pat beats Bo Jukery 1-0 Houghton. And it was a night for Houghton to remember for quite a while. Noah Millette gets control for the Gremlins. Centers to Jack Sayan. And zip, there goes that one. 2-0 in less than a minute. And life did not get any better for Calumet. Had a power play around the 6-minute mark, did the Copper Kings, but oops, it's going to be Houghton with the 2-on-2 break. Brody Donnelly back to Gunnar Gullstrand. He tucks the puck in the net. 3-0, about 6.5 minutes in. Same Calumet Copper play, same Gremlins result. Donnelly will connect with Jack Sand for his second goal of the period. 4-0 at 7:33. They scored 3 more goals in the first period. Houghton cruises its way to a 9-1 victory, so it'll be Marquette against Houghton Saturday night at NMU's Barry Event Center, 6 o'clock in a Division III quarterfinal, and we will be right back.
I'm exhausted. Shopping for a mattress is just so confusing.
Sounds like mattress shopophobia. At Slumberland, our sleep counselors are here to help you find the best mattress without any pressure.
But awesome pressure relief.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology, and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes. We're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
In pain.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Tempur Pro Adapt provides adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
On the next edition of Comics Unleashed, with your host, Byron Allen. As 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night, and nothing is off limits.
That's what I learned in any relationship. Communication is the most important thing. Yeah. The more you can avoid it, the better you'll do. Just avoid it altogether.
Comics Unleashed.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
And a final check of your forecast. This winter forecast does have some spring embedded in there. It's not quite yet for your Thursday. There's going to be some isolated snowflakes. We have that chance basically for the entire day for Thursday in terms of this scale where it's low to likely very isolated snow for Thursday. We taper that off for Friday. It is going to set the stage for a much more dry pattern that we have. Yes, the temperatures will go all over the place, but at least we'll keep most of the snow or rain or wintry mix out of the forecast. But for tomorrow, some snowflakes hanging around with those temperatures into the upper 20s and lower 30s. Going to be stuck in the clouds, going to be hard to get that warmth going. But Friday is the exception to this. We have within our 7-day those warmer temperatures, but the 6 to 10 day does show that we trend warmer than average. That's something to look forward to. Yes, we do plummet down to the teens for those temperatures, back to the cold, cloudy skies for Saturday, and then we climb it back up, partly cloudy skies, getting back to the lower 30s by next Wednesday.
Kelly, thank you again. Mike, you had a lot tonight, but I think you have
one more thing, at least. The Pistons in action tonight against Oklahoma City. Detroit lost to San Antonio a couple of nights ago. Fourth quarter action. Jalen Duren will miss the first attempt, get the second one to go, plus the foul. He had 29 points and 15 rebounds. Jalen Williams played well for the Thunder. He had 30 points and 11 rebounds. But Cade Cunningham was shooting much better this evening than he did a couple of days ago. 29 points and 13 assists. Pistons up 113-107, and Duren's going to get a slam here, and Detroit goes on to win this one 124-116. Bucks even winners tonight over Cleveland 118-116. The 8th-ranked University of Michigan women defeated Ohio State in overtime 88-86.
Thanks, Mike, and thank you all for watching. We'll catch you back here again tomorrow.
Lily Broadcasting stands with the people of Iran.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes.